Monticello, News Talk 1320, 107.9.
Right now, the Rock Report. Rock Nelson with us, and you've got a gentleman from Rapid City.
That is correct. We're going to visit with a gentleman that has 3 companies, which are high energy, very solid, and has been in Rapid City a number of years. And we're going to welcome to the program Rob Mudge. Good morning, Rob. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm terrific. How are you?
Good. Rob is the CEO of 3 various companies, and we're going to be interviewing one this week and then the next 2 weeks. And the one that we're going to be talking about today is what, Rob?
We're going to talk about RPM and Associates today.
Okay. And what products does that specialize in?
We specialize in serving heavy industry, and the parts that we work on them or deal with them have to deal with their wear components. And so if it's a coal-fired power plant or a mining operation or a cement plant or other heavy industry, there's usually lots of material being handled or crushed or processed, and so there's many, many different kinds of parts that wear out frequently. And so we use automatic welding systems and the proper selection of materials and automatic systems to apply wear surfaces and rebuild, or sometimes we actually build replacement parts brand new.
Wow. Do you have, and I know this is not in the script, but products being used in the state of South Dakota by chance at all or not?
We do have some. We have, of course, the local cement plant here in Rapid City. We have the Big Stone Power Plant, of course, up in the northeast part of our state. And then we have several contractors that use some of our products, as well as some of the gold mines.
How do you sell your products? Through distributors, the internet, or how do you sell it?
Well, we have in-house salespersons, as well as we do have some distributors, one up in Edmonton, Alberta, and northern Minnesota, and such. But the internet, everybody looks at the internet to try to find things on a specialty nature. But and we go to trade shows. Matter of fact, I'm leaving early tomorrow morning to go to the annual energy conference in Bismarck, North Dakota, and we'll have a booth there, and there will be about 2,000 people show up that are all in these various industries.
What makes your product so special of your competitors?
Oh, I think we do things a little bit differently. Of course, our company works off the mantra that safety is number one. That's our first priority, and then the best quality possible, and then a reasonable effort put forth in your work and the right tools. And if you do all that right, you'll have a profit. But I think in those 4 areas, we really are solution oriented. It's never about what is the cost of the part. It's all about what is the cost of ownership for our customer. So our parts rebuilt or new may cost more initially, but they last longer. So in the long run, it saves our customer money. And I think that whole idea of that cost effectiveness is what makes the difference.
Typical South Dakota, good, solid company. Now, your company is 36 years old. It started in 1982.
Yes.
How did it get started?
Well, I'm a South Dakota guy by birth and by love, I guess. And I was a graduate school of mines, and I went out in industry and worked in Montana for a while in Southern California, and then had an opportunity to come back to South Dakota and work. But I traveled a lot. I was gone 60-70% of the time. So even though my home was here, my wife was raising our kids, and the travel, that's not good for a young family. So I was complaining to my father one day, and he wasn't very sympathetic. He just told me, quit complaining and start your own company. And basically I said, well, with what and doing what, Dad? And he said, well, do what you're doing, working on these things, but instead of working in Edmonton, Alberta, and Jacksonville, Florida, and New York and around, do it in the hills area, in Wyoming and whatever. Okay, well, how am I going to start a company? And he says, well, I know you did good in school and you don't have any school debt, so you have a car and a boat. You have any equity in them? I says, yeah. And he said, sell them, and we'll start a company. Your mom and I will match the investment. I says, well, great. But have you ever run a company? And he says, no, but you can. And that was 36 years ago in April.
Parents are wise. I know my parents were the same way, and I'm sure that my radio colleague here, Bill Zortman, same situation there. I know that you have 27 employees.
Yes.
And that your company continues to grow. And speaking of growing, are you looking for employees for RPM and Associates? And if so, who would they contact? Telephone number, website?
Okay. Yes, you're right. We are busy and growing through this whole, from the mid 2005 on up. We've grown every year. Our customers like the solutions we supply, so we are looking for help. We're looking for welders, and we're looking for machinists. And probably the best way, there's two ways you can contact us as far as inquiring about what those jobs entail and such, is that you can certainly call us at 605-348-0555, and then that will get you to an automated system, and just go to the operator and tell her what you're doing, and she'll find the right person and get right to you. Or you can go onto our website. We do have a link there that you can apply online, and our website is RPM and Associates. That's www.rpm and, that's all spelled out, AND, associates.com.
There you have it, folks. Another great, solid South Dakota company, well-kept secret, Rapid City. And the more that Rob and his RPM and Associate crew sell and export out of the U.S., be it Canada or worldwide, that's outside money coming in. He's forced to hire more employees. They have to buy groceries, school supplies, automobiles, entertainment. And, Rob, I want to thank you so much, and have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next Monday.
Well, Rock, thanks for having me, and have a great day.
Rock, thanks for the report.
You bet. Thank you.
Mark Mickelson, Speaker of the House. It's nice to have somebody looking for employees in this state, Mark.
Yes, sir. Rob Mudge is the epitome of industry that's growing out of the School of Mines, and someone that's making something happen and bringing a lot of the good stuff that's part of that right back to South Dakota. So kudos to Rock for having him on.